During World War II, Desmond Doss participated in several significant military campaigns, including the fierce battles of Guam and Okinawa. These were among the bloodiest and most brutal confrontations of the war. In Guam, U.S. forces faced fierce resistance from the Japanese military as they sought to retake this strategic island. At Okinawa, one of the final battles of World War II, Doss witnessed the devastating horrors of war, where thousands of soldiers perished. As a medic, Doss consistently ventured into the line of fire to save his comrades without carrying any weapon, relying solely on his courage and religious faith. Despite the highly dangerous and intense conditions of these battles, he never hesitated to risk his life to ensure that the wounded could receive care and be rescued. Desmond Doss's heroic deeds during the campaigns in Guam and Okinawa not only symbolize bravery, but also reflect the spirit of sacrifice and camaraderie in the midst of a brutal war. His contributions have since become a lasting source of inspiration for many generations. Desmond Doss's bravery and religious beliefs were key factors that shaped his extraordinary actions during World War II. From the moment he enlisted, Doss made it clear that he would not bear arms or kill, adhering to his deep faith as a Seventh-day Adventist. This made him a target of skepticism and criticism from many of his comrades, who feared he would be a burden on the battlefield. However, Doss proved that moral and spiritual strength can surpass physical power. On the brutal battlefield of Okinawa, he faced constant danger as he repeatedly charged into enemy fire to save dozens of wounded soldiers. Without a weapon, he relied on his unwavering faith in God and his responsibility as a medic. Doss's courage was not only demonstrated by his acts of saving lives, but also by standing firm against opposition and threats from those around him. Doss once stated that saving his comrades was not only a duty as a medic, but also a spiritual obligation. His strong religious faith, combined with his courage, helped him overcome fear and perform extraordinary feats. His steadfastness and indomitable spirit are testaments to the power of faith in the most difficult circumstances, making his story an endless source of inspiration. Desmond Doss's spirit of sacrifice and resilience shone brightly through the incredible acts he performed during the Battle of Okinawa, one of the fiercest battles of World War II. When the fighting grew especially intense, Doss and his comrades were trapped on a steep cliff, where the Japanese army continuously launched attacks. In this life-threatening situation, many American soldiers were severely injured and unable to retreat on their own. In this critical moment, Doss displayed extraordinary bravery, rushing into a hail of bullets without hesitation to rescue his comrades scattered across the battlefield. He single-handedly lowered more than 75 wounded soldiers down the Hacksaw cliff, an incredible feat beyond most people's imagination. Doss used a makeshift rope to lower each person one by one, facing the constant risk of being shot or struck by shrapnel. He worked tirelessly for hours, driven by a single determination: just one more. Doss not only saved his fellow American soldiers, but also tended to wounded Japanese soldiers, demonstrating his compassion and refusal to discriminate between those who needed help, regardless of which side they fought. What was particularly admirable was that Desmond Doss carried out all these heroic actions without using any weapons to defend himself. His dedication to the mission of saving lives left a powerful legacy, inspiring not only those who fought alongside him, but also people worldwide after the war. Desmond Doss's courageous actions were recognized when he became the first conscientious objector to receive the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration awarded by the United States. His story serves as a powerful testament to courage and humanity amid the harsh realities of war. Following his heroic actions at Okinawa, Desmond Doss became not only a symbol of bravery and sacrifice, but also a living testament to resilience, despite the physical and emotional wounds he endured. Throughout his efforts to save his comrades, Doss himself was seriously wounded. He was shot in the arm and hip and suffered other injuries from shrapnel. Yet even while gravely injured, Doss refused to leave the battlefield until the last of the wounded soldiers had been safely evacuated. A particularly memorable moment occurred when Doss, with a broken arm and severe leg wounds, declined treatment and insisted on giving his stretcher to another soldier whom he believed needed act of selflessness deeply impressed his comrades and superiors, as it was a clear example of the sacrifice and compassion Doss consistently showed. Even with severe injuries, Doss remained firm in his decision not to carry a weapon, which made him all the more extraordinary in the eyes of his fellow soldiers. After the war, the injuries Doss sustained required him to undergo years of treatment and recovery. But his resilient spirit never wavered. Desmond Doss's courage, loyalty, and self-sacrifice left an indelible legacy, not only within the U.S. military, but also among all those who have learned about his story. After the events at Okinawa, Desmond Doss returned home as a hero, though he never sought recognition for his actions. He remained humble, believing that what he had done was simply fulfilling his duty as a soldier. However, his achievements went far beyond the ordinary concept of responsibility. With his sacrifice and bravery, Desmond Doss was honored by President Harry S. Truman in October 2020. By his actions, protect the souls for valor in combat. Far removed from the noise of the media and public attention. Doss devoted his time to serving his community and church, continuing to spread the values he cherished, such as compassion and selfless service. He was seen as a living example of resilience and strong will. Doss was not only a soldier, but also a devout believer, remaining faithful to his religion throughout his life. He was often invited to speak at various events to share his life story and the religious faith that had helped him endure the most perilous moments of war. For Doss, courage was not about carrying a weapon, but about standing up for what was right, even when it might bring danger to oneself. Desmond Doss's life after the war stands as clear evidence that, despite the challenges and injuries he endured, he remained steadfast in his compassion and spirit of service. This is what has made his legacy endure as that of a true hero. The example set by Desmond Doss has not only been honored in his community, but also preserved in popular culture. His story became a major source of inspiration for filmmakers and writers, leading to the creation of many documentaries and films about his life. The most notable among them is the 2016 film Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson. The movie vividly and movingly depicted the life and extraordinary heroism of Desmond Doss. Hacksaw Ridge recounts the Battle of Okinawa, where Doss saved 75 soldiers without carrying a weapon. His bravery and compassion were vividly portrayed in the film, helping audiences around the world understand the courage of a soldier who fought not with arms but with faith. Thanks to this film, millions of people across the globe have learned about Desmond Doss's story, making him a symbol of courage and selfless dedication. The film was not only well received by audiences, but also won several major awards, including 2 Oscars. Through Hacksaw Ridge, Desmond Doss was celebrated, and a powerful message was sent about the value of kindness, sacrifice, and faith in righteousness. Through works of art like Hacksaw Ridge, the story of Desmond Doss continues to spread and leave a lasting mark on the hearts of new generations, inspiring everyone on their journey to stand up for their beliefs and ideals. Desmond Doss's life was a clear demonstration of the extraordinary power of personal faith. As a devout member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, a branch of Christianity that emphasizes the sanctity of the Sabbath and rejects violence in all forms, his religious beliefs shaped his entire life and military career. From the moment he enlisted, Desmond Doss faced strong opposition from his comrades and superiors due to his firm refusal to bear arms. Doss's refusal was not just a personal decision, but a clear declaration of his religious and ethical beliefs. While many considered fighting without a weapon to be reckless and dangerous, Doss remained unwavering in his conviction, believing he could contribute to the war effort in other ways. Doss's spiritual strength not only helped him endure the skepticism and pressure of his comrades, but also empowered him to face the horrors of battle with courage and compassion. During the Battle of Okinawa, his acts of heroism and selflessness showed that his faith transcended fear and violence. He saved dozens of lives, tended to wounded enemies, and refused to abandon his comrades, all without ever violating his commitment to nonviolence. Doss's faith did not end. After returning home, he continued to lead a humble life, serving his community and living in accordance with his beliefs. Desmond Doss's life is an example of how personal faith can provide strength, courage, and resilience in the most challenging of times. In addition to his religious beliefs, Desmond Doss was also committed to vegetarianism, another principle of his faith. He believed that maintaining a vegetarian diet not only contributed to a healthy life, but also aligned with his views on nonviolence, as it avoided harm to animals. Doss's personal convictions, from his commitment to nonviolence to his vegetarianism, may have made him an unusual soldier in the eyes of others, but they are exactly what made his story so remarkable. His unwavering devotion to his faith and principles, even in the face of unimaginable danger, made him a symbol of the strength that comes from standing by one's beliefs. Desmond Doss was not only a hero in wartime, but also a model of how one